Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I will explain you about the experiment which is related to chemical kinetics. The experiment title is factors affecting reaction rate. So, objective of this experiment is to find what is the effect of concentration on the rate of the reaction. So, generally we know that all reactions has to proceed with certain time, and the reactions which are fast and the reactions which are slow, that we can find with the help of one factor called rate. So, what is rate? In simple means, rate means speed, the speed of a reaction. So, to understand the speed or the rate of a reaction, the factor we measure is the time factor. With the help of time, we can find out whether the reaction is fast or the reaction is slow. So, as we know, most of the chemical reactions will proceed in two ways. One is either the reactions are very fast or reactions are slow. So, the reactions which are very fast, they are called the reactions with continuous process, self propagating, and they go on their own. For example, the chain reactions or ionic reactions, as we do in the chemical test for the cations and anions, or if you see the combustion of the fuel or the combustion of gasoline, or we can see the nuclear reactions. All these reactions are fast reactions. Whatever be the initial mass, the entire reactant will change into product in less than few seconds. So, we call them as the fast self propagative reactions. But on the other hand, we have certain reactions which are very slow. For example, rusting of iron, or fermentation reactions, or germination reactions. All these reactions are very slow. For example, if I keep a piece of sodium, it will react with air and the reaction is fast. But if you take a piece of iron, keep it in air, it reacts with air in presence of moisture to give you rust, but this rusting is a very lengthy process. So, now we try to understand why some of the reactions are fast and why some of the reactions are slow. So, the important factor which explain me why the reactions are depending on these things we will learn in detail. So, first let us focus what is rate. Rate can be mathematically written as minus dA by dt, where dA is called change in concentration, dt is called change in time, where minus indicates the decrease in concentration of the reactants as the reaction progresses towards the right side, that is towards the product. If the reaction is a reversible process, then this will become plus, then the concentration of reactant increases as the reaction go towards the opposite direction. Here dt is the difference in time, dA is the change in concentration. With the help of this equation, we can find out the rate of the reaction, and also we can find what are the factors, how it is influencing the rate of the reaction. So, today what we learn is the effect of concentration. There are many factors like concentration, temperature, catalyst, nature of the reactants, area exposed for the reaction. All these are the factors on which the rate of a reaction depends. But in our lab, in this course, we have two experiments. One is directly related to concentration, another is temperature. So, today I explain you how the changing the concentration changes the rate of the reaction. So, for today experiment, we are doing one test in which I take sodium thiosulfate, make it to react with nitric acid to give you sodium nitrate, water, sulfur dioxide, and yellow precipitate sulfur. So, how we do the experiment? To start with, I take 2 milli 0.05 m sodium thiosulfate, make it to react with 2 milli 0.2 m HNO3. Then I will find how much time it will take to complete the reaction. The question is how to understand the reaction is completing. The answer is the formation of sulfur precipitate. Once the sulfur is completely formed, then the reaction is complete. So, I can find the time. I repeat the same experiment just by changing the concentration of sodium thiosulfate from 0.05, next I will go to 0.1, 0.2, 0.25, 0.3. So, I can get 6 readings, then I can make a graph between the concentration of sodium thiosulfate with the time taken. So, I convert this time to 1 by T, it will become rate of the reaction. So, this is the theory part. This is the principle of the experiment. Now, I will explain you the procedure, how to run this experiment and what are the equipments required, what are the materials required and how to perform the experiment, I will explain you now. Okay, now, I will demonstrate and show you how we run the experiment. So, I come to the first thing, that is about the equipments. In the equipments, I use stopwatch. So, this is the stopwatch I am using. So, this will give me the reading in seconds. Then I am using a graduated pipette. This will show me the graduation from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and all. 2 test tubes, one test tube with a mark to take the acid, other test tube without mark to take the sodium thiosulphate. So, these are the equipments we are using for today's experiment. What about the material? The first material I am using is nitric acid of 0.2 m concentration and I am using sodium thiosulphate starting from 0.05 molar to 0.1 mole, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and so on. So, these are the chemicals I am using. Now, I will show you how to run the experiment. First, in the test tube with a mark, you take the acid, that is HNO3. How much? 2 milli. Now, I take 2 milli of this. Now, you can see the reading is at 7. This is for the taking acid or sodium thiosulphate. Now, slowly take it in the test tube, let it run drop by drop until it touches 9. When it is touching 9 to the lower meniscus, just stop it. Now, it is giving me 2 milli nitric acid. Another test tube. In this test tube, I take sodium thiosulphate of first concentration, that is 0.05. Again same 2 milli, volumes are same, method is same. Just put your finger here, lift it and start the reading. So, if it is from 4, you can go up to 6. So, from 4 you can go up to 6. Slowly run it. When it is just 6 touching, take it. So, these are the 2 solutions of 2 milli, one is acid, one is sodium thiosulphate. Now, what I do? I mix this acid into the sodium thiosulphate and I will start the stopwatch and then watch the reaction. So, I take the acid, put it in sodium thiosulphate. Now, I will close this because it is giving sulfur dioxide, it is escaping. I want to stop the pollution of the environment or the air here and immediately start the stopwatch. Now, you can see that this solution is clear because the reaction just started and we can see this mark of the paper behind this because it is transparent. Now, you can see because there is a reaction still proceeding. After some time, maybe 2 minutes or 3 minutes, this reaction will change this colorless solution to white precipitate of sulfur. So, you can see that after some time you cannot see this mark. Once you do not see this mark, through this stop the time and write the time. So, this is the fundamental part of this experiment. Okay. See here, still we can see, but after some time you do not see this. I will show you that also. See this, once the reaction is complete, it is giving you a white precipitate. Now, you cannot see this. For instance, you can see from here because there is no solution, but here if you see, you cannot see because it has become opaque. Once it is done, then stop the time immediately and write the time, how much time it takes to complete the reaction. This is the first trial, trial number 1 for the acid and first solution. Now, repeat this 6 times with 6 different concentrations, from 0.05 to 0.1. This is the second answer, then third answer 0.15, then fourth answer for 0.2, then fifth answer for 0.25 and the last one 0.3. So, I get 6 readings for 6 different concentrations, I get the 6 times. Okay. So, the time which is taken in the seconds, now change this into rate. How? Just by make it 1 by t, that is 1 by time, you get the rate. Now, to understand the effect of concentration on the rate, we have to make a graph. Graph will help us to understand, is it the increase in concentration is increasing the rate or not. So, how to plot a graph? On the x axis, take the concentrations, on the y axis, take the rate 1 by t, we get 6 points, join all the 6 points. As the concentration increases, rate is also increasing. So, this is the first factor which we studied today, the effect of concentration and the rate of the reaction. The same method we can do in the next week, the effect of temperature. We are changing the temperature and running the same two solutions. Okay? Okay, thank you for watching this video for this experiment.